Hello, welcome dancers to our updated video of competition team makeup. It's been a few years since I've updated my video, so I figured I better go ahead and do so. My techniques have changed over the years, so just get it all up to date here and make sure you're all ready for competition in a couple weeks. All right, so first off, you want to make sure that your skin is extra moisturized. I am just getting some coconut oil because I've got some dry skin right now, and when we have to layer our makeup, it tends to make our skin dry and flaky, and you don't want any of that coming through on stage, the amount of makeup that we have to wear. So, nice and moisturized. And it's very important to make sure that you're going right down into the neck, otherwise you'll have a clear line of makeup to bare skin. So we're gonna bring everything down into their neck, especially when we've got outfits on that show your neck off. All right, so I got my good base layer of moisture on, and I'm ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so especially for the younger girls, we don't need too much, but we definitely need to have a base of some foundation, okay? So we want to make sure that our color is not too light, but not too dark either. So I have this old stuff here, and I'm just gonna blend mine in with my fingers because it is not very thick. All right, so I just like to get my base coat on here, and then I'll go in and blend it out. And again, like I said, make sure that is coming down into the neck. Now, some people who are not dated like me will do their eye makeup first. I have always done it this way, and I will probably always continue to do it this way because I'm old like that. So, personally, I do foundation first. You can do your eyes first, that's up to you, okay? So, this other thing is you want to make sure you're blending right into that hairline so you don't have any lines happening up there. Okay, now that I've got that in there, I'm just going to really push it into your skin with my foundation brush. And then again, because I'm a little older, and for our teen dancers, we're gonna put a little bit of concealer on just to conceal any bits that we need. And again, with that brush, and just blend it out. All right, excellent. Then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with our powder. Same thing, don't want it too light, you don't want it too dark. Try and match your dancer's skin tone as close as possible. Okay, I'm just gonna go in and set with my powder. I like to use this big brush, but you can use a little powder puff, whatever sort of brushes or devices you've got going. I'm not picky on brands or making sure we all have the same kit. It's ridiculous. It's not necessary. We're just setting that foundation in with our powder. And so we don't get a shine on stage. And once again, we're bringing it down into that neck. All right. There. Now, next step. I spilled my powder everywhere. Okay. I like to come in with some bronzer, okay? This is gonna help bring some color back to the face. We don't wanna be too crazy. We're not looking for that, you know, been out in the sun for weeks on end. We just want a little bit to bring that color back in. And it's just gonna be on the apples of the cheeks there. Blend it into towards the ear. A little bit up under the forehead. And blend it down into the side of the face. Just bringing some definition into their faces. Adding some of that color in because it's so easy on stage to get washed out. And so we want to avoid that. I like to just put a little bit on the eyelids as well. And we're going to do a little bit of definition on the nose. But don't worry too much about the contouring. It's just to add a little bit of color back into their faces. I don't want any ghosties on the stage. Okay, make sure it's all blended out nicely. We don't want any solid lines happening either. Okay. Next up, we're gonna go on to the eyes. We'll come back for the cheeks last because I like to layer that blush on nice and heavy. So, for your eyeshadow, you're gonna need a palette with like a nice dark brown for the crease of the eyelid, and then something creamy for all over the lid, and then something light. I also have this one here that's extra white. And that's gonna be your highlighter because we're definitely gonna need to brighten up some spots, okay? So we're gonna start with our all over color, which is my nice creamy beige color right here. All right, so I'm gonna take my brush, and we do like a shimmer. It doesn't have to be shimmery, but ideally it just helps catch that light and really accentuate those features on stage, because it is crazy what those stage lights will do to our dancers' faces without all of this makeup. And we are going to cover the entire lid all the way up until that eyebrow, okay? Right into that eyebrow. We want lots of coverage right up in there, okay? Then we're gonna take our darker color. We're going to do just the outer corners of the eyes. And then slowly drag it out, blend it in, and then bring it across the crease. I like to have that was my dog, sorry. I like to have their eyeballs open for this, and then they can, you can make sure it's in the crease, or them if they're the ones doing it. And then from there, we're gonna just drag it in and underneath that eyelid. A little bit of a shadow under there. Okay. Again, other eye, just into that outer corner. Almost like making a little triangle out there. Then you can start to blend it. And then dragging it into that crease. And then in and underneath that eye. I'm gonna blend it out again. Okay. Not bad. From there, I'm going to take my powder brush and just get any excess off, where if you're doing your foundation second, that's where you would now come in with your foundation. All right, but again, I'm old school and I like to go foundation first because that's my clean base to start with. All right, from there, I'm gonna come in with our liquid liner, all right? I like the ones that look like a marker, okay? The trick with liquid liner, don't be scared. Go at it like you've done this a million times. The second you hesitate, that's when it all goes wrong. So, we like to do 2 wings on the outer side, and then we're just gonna follow that lash line all the way across that lid, okay? Trying to get as close to those lashes as possible so that there's not a line that you need to come back in and fill in later. So, like you know what you're doing, you're gonna come in, and line that lid. Okay, when we get to the outer side, the first one goes up towards that eyebrow. The second one's gonna come straight out. Okay? They don't need to be perfect. Then on the other side, oh God, I only do this a couple times a year, so I'm out of practice. Could be better, could be worse. All right, and then we're gonna come in. We've got our upper little flick and our lower one. Okay, if you notice, they don't match. That's okay. I'm just gonna make it a little bit longer and a little bit longer. And this one I'm just going to make it so it doesn't flick down. Okay, 2 wings. You'll have lots of practice. So don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry about what it looks like the first time through. Then you need your eyeliner for the bottom lashes. You're gonna come in and line that lash line. And again, other side. You can tell this hasn't been used for a while. It's been kept in the makeup bag. Okay. From there, I'm coming in with our mascara. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of mascara. I just realized I forgot a step. That's good. Come back and do our little bit of highlighter there. Layer on that mascara. We do not do false lashes. I think it's, unless you're in high school, it's a little bit much. And if you just layer and layer and layer your mascara, it'll look about the same. Okay, I'm gonna keep going and keep going, but you get the idea. So I'm gonna come in and do my bottom lashes, because we want those to be defined as well. Okay. From here, remember I said I skipped a step? I'm coming back to do it. Okay, so we've got our nice white or bright highlighter. I'm gonna come in. Got a nice tiny little brush here. I'm going to line right up underneath that eyebrow. And in the tear ducts. So it's nice and bright in there. Okay, same thing other side. Right underneath that eyebrow. And that tear duct. If you feel like a clown with all the makeup on, then you're probably on the right track. Okay. Honestly, I don't love these wings. I would come back in and touch them up, maybe make them a little bit longer, but you get the idea. And then I've got my blush. Big Finish here. You want to get your child to smile and then dab on way more than you think you need. Okay, we're taking it from the apples up into those cheekbones. Now my ducks are going, sorry, we've got a whole funny farm happening over here. And then we're gonna blend that out too. Okay, lots and lots and lots. So, from here, I don't have it on hand, it's packed away with the costumes. We have a 24-hour lip color. So you're gonna take the color, line it on their lips, keep the lips apart, do not touch them together, and have it dry. As soon as it's dry, you can add a second coat, let it dry again. From there, use the balm on top, and it'll help keep it hydrated. Use that balm throughout the day at the competition, and anytime that they're dry, 2 coats of the color is enough initial application. You don't need anything else. Okay, from here, we definitely want to add a setting spray, okay? Because we don't want all of this coming off on all of this while they're dancing. So use your setting spray, big spray over top. I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna take some of this off so I can continue on with my day. Lipstick, I would also come in and retouch up my wings, which, you know what, I'll just touch them up here. Try not to look in the camera while I do it. See, I already like those ones better. Let's see if I get these ones to match. And if they're not twins, that's okay. Just looking for sisters, not twins. Well, these are way smaller. Let's go a little longer. My pen doesn't want to work now. Heard I was taking them off, so it doesn't care. Okay. Just so it's nice and dramatic. Okay. Wonderful. There's our makeup tutorial for 2026 competition season. You guys are gonna kill it out there. See you soon.